Welcome to the Do You Believe addendum of Basketball Illuminati. I'm Zach Harper. That's Waz, no longer a proud American, and that's Mo Dakhil, constantly proud American. This is the Basketball Illuminati show every Thursday where we figure out three things to either believe in or not believe in. And I don't know, make sure you're checking out Group Chat. Make sure you're checking out Mo's Twitch. Make sure you're checking out The Bounce, our free newsletter from The Athletic. Guys.
Wait, hold on, Zach. First things first, I want to address the comment off top. It's not that I'm no longer a proud American. It's that I'm on the road, so I'm using my personal computer for this. When I'm home, I have a workstation and a computer dedicated to all of my work.
Got you.
It just so happens when I log on to this specific computer, it just has my name, and I was rushing on to come on, so I didn't correct it.
Okay,
but
so this
don't
computer
worry,
is un-American. This computer is
it's
the other
American.
one is patriotic.
It's just slightly less proud to be
American.
American.
It wasn't made in America
than my real computer. So yeah, there we go.
All right. That's a good clarification. So Mo, do you believe that Waz is still a proud American? Resounding answer of yes. Speaking of proud American, something last night happened that hasn't happened since George W. Bush was in office. Okay, all the way back in 2008, and that's the Detroit Pistons won their 8th straight game, housing Waz's Boston Celtics. 117-97, held them under 100 points for the 5th time this season for Boston. The Pistons, 8 straight. They're the 6th seed in the East. They are knocking on the door of the 4 seed, which will put them in a home court advantage in the first round situation. This is, I will remind you, is a team that lost 68 games last year. They went 14-68. They lost a league tying worst in history of the NBA, 28 straight games, which I still contend is some of the most compelling basketball I have ever watched in my life. Was seeing the last 9 of those go and just the way they were losing them. They fire Monty Williams, who was, let's be honest, he was grifting them. He was absolutely grifting them for $70 million because he could. And they fired Monty Williams. They bring in key veterans like Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, who's having a historic shooting season. And they've turned it around with JB Bickerstaff as the coach. So Waz, with these new Pistons, these red hot Pistons that not even the Celtics can figure out, do you believe the Detroit Pistons will win a first round series in the playoffs?
Hell no. Absolutely not. They're not going to win a first round series. They just don't have enough offense for that. But I believe in the competence that they've shown. Look, they've got a premier ball handling wing, big guy in Cade Cunningham, who's turned himself into not just a distributor, but a pretty efficient scorer. The turnovers, beginning of the year, the turnovers were kind of insane, eye-popping. But that's gotten a little bit under control. And I think most importantly, he's shown a one-on-one scoring ability that I thought most people were calling into question in terms of, is the Cade thing ever going to work out? So I believe in Cade. Mm-hmm. I believe in the process that they've undertaken in terms of surrounding him with competent NBA players instead of guys that we're getting 30 minutes who are no longer in the league. I read shouts to The Bounce. I just read The Bounce this morning where Zach Harper pointed out that, Monty Williams he couldn't even be stopped from playing Killian Hayes. The kid's no longer in the NBA, guys. He's not in the league.
He's back. He's back.
Oh, is he back?
The Nets are tanking.
Oh, yes.
He actually threw probably one of the worst passes I've seen in a long time. He was throwing a pass to the corner, and it was directly to Chet Holmgren on the block.
Right there. Yeah, right there.
It was
so
amazing.
We have a guy who's hanging on to the fringes of the NBA, if we can call, the Nets bench the NBA. And so, yeah, I like what they're doing, but I don't know how you could watch their offense and think, yeah, this is going to succeed against playoff defenses.
Well, Mo, do you believe?
Well, I do, but first, I'm sideswiping the Brooklyn Nets. They're 11th in the East. I mean, they're at least
they're 11th in the East,
where they've been before.
50-loss team is going to make the play-in tournament. Well, fuck me.
It might be that. They might be the 50-loss team.
Let's get KD and Kyrie back there. They're ready.
But more importantly, I actually do believe, but I think it comes down to it for the Pistons who they match up with. Right, they're a game behind Indiana for 4th in the East. If they match up with Indiana, I think they can give Indiana a big run for their money in the playoffs, and I think they could possibly win that series. It's a lot closer than we think. If they play end up with like Milwaukee, I don't think so. I don't think they could beat the Knicks, but they're going to give a lot of teams a hard time. I think they're just competent. I mean, the Monty Williams thing. Here's a coach that they had to throw more money at him to take the job. He said no, and then they threw even more money at him. It got to the point he said yes. Yeah, you don't hire a coach that turns you down 2 or 3 times and think he's gonna coach this team successfully. No, it was just a pure grift. It was a dumb move on their part. But now I love it for JB. He's come in and kind of, after the way everybody sort of shitted on him in Cleveland, he's come in and look what he's done with this team.
Well, I don't know if people shit on him in Cleveland. The organization did.
Yeah, but there was a lot of people, I think, and the royal we sort of thing. A lot of people were.
Maybe I'm just thinking of how smart I was in saying like this was a bad firing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Zach, you are very smart.
Yeah.
I mean, can you say it was a bad firing when Kenny Atkinson has him on a 68 win projection?
Well, Wilbon will have you believe that Monty Williams laid the framework for this. For JB Bickerstaff I'll tell you that JB Bickerstaff laid the framework for Kenny Atkinson, which is actually accurate and not just Wilbon saying something about his friend.
Yes, it's actually accurate that
this
he
is
came
not a
in
Mark
with a group
Jackson,
of
Steve Kerr situation. Like this is
no. Look, he came in with in terms of JB. When he went to Cleveland, the group was unproven, young guys. He turned them into a legitimate defense specifically. And yeah, they've been a serious outfit basically ever since. That's true. Monty Williams came into a situation that was 60 losses a year, and he produced 68 losses in his season.
Tried to get to 70. He tried to get to 70.
He really
did the opposite of what JB.
Well, to be fair, when you can tank for Zachary Reese-Shea, you have to. You have to. This was the draft class to do it. How about this? Not only do I believe,
they're going to win a series.
I guarantee they're going to win a first round series, whether it's Milwaukee or Indiana.
Wow.
I think this team, look, they're missing Jaden Ivey, and that is an actual loss for them. But everything else throughout, like, I know Amin Thompson has been otherworldly the last couple of months. His brother hasn't been bad either. He rolled his ankle last night, so we'll see how that works for them. But he's been pretty damn good. It's just his brother's been, incendiary out there. But he's been really good. Malik Beasley is on pace to have the 6th most 3-pointers made in a season. Like, he is on fire. This is the guy that the Bucks thought they were getting last year.
He's still Malik Beasley, though, right?
He hit a 3 last night and did the too small celebration. I've never seen that on a 3.
He's too small to give a good contest. Is that what he's saying?
I was so confused. And just talking shit, and like specifically talking shit to Sam Hauser. Like, what are really?
Wow, I mean, look.
Okay,
like Larry Bird said, don't put a white on me, okay? Like that's disrespect.
No,
I'm retired from pickup hoops, but I might come back on the off chance that I can a contested jumper so that I could do the too small. Like I'm big enough.
Look,
to give a good enough contest.
I will risk popping my Achilles to specifically do that in a pickup game this summer against Jay King. I will light Jay King up from the perimeter and do the too small. Undoubtedly.
I would undoubtedly.
By the way, let's just quick little Jay King tangent because we all love him. Jay King, so Josh Hustis, who we podcasted with last year, Josh Hustis had like a highlight of him like blocking Rudy Gobert or something like that, right? That was on Instagram. And Jay King, like the three of us were joking about it. Jay King then starts putting up like Josh's per 36-minute block numbers and everything. He's like, it's actually really impressive. And I'm like, what are we doing with our lives? And then Jay, and I was like, well, Jay, could you, because, Jay King famously has said that he could knock out Floyd Mayweather. The guy the professional boxers couldn't hit. Jay King could apparently wash him because he was in an elevator with them and saw how small he is. And I asked Jay, I said, well, could Josh do that to you? Could he block your shot? And Jay's response was, I ain't Rudy, which is just great. It's just absolutely phenomenal. No, I don't think Milwaukee is like prepared to deal with a young Bucks team. Like, I know they have the star power. They're not, like, Doc is not as good a coach as JB at this point. And I think as long as the Pistons are healthy, this could be one of those, like, oh no, is Giannis going to want to leave the Bucks situations if they face each other in the first round? Indiana, even though I'm still guaranteeing, I'm not going back on that. Indiana does worry me a little bit because they seem to be getting their stuff together quite a bit.
And I do worry about since January.
Yeah, I do worry about the offense of Detroit, but their defense is legit.
Well, so
yeah,
what about the Knicks?
Is real
because they're 6 right now. So let's just say they finish 6 and they play the Knicks. How do you feel about that?
If the Knicks have one injury to their starting 5, I would think the Pistons could upset them. Could upset them. I'm not saying they will, but like if OG gets hurt, all right, that could be a problem. Right.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean,
I do
Knicks
worry.
Defense has been bad enough that you think that even Detroit could be competent against them and therefore give them a matchup problem. I just don't want to be prisoner of the moment and say the Knicks are now worse than Detroit in a playoff matchup. Yeah. I can't go there. But
Malik Beasley
Detroit,
might hit 10 threes a game.
They're young. They're athletic.
But that's the other thing. They're young, right? Like these guys this is going to be a little bit of the inexperienced side of it too, coming into the playoffs. I think there is some of that learning curve to a degree for them. So it wouldn't surprise me if they just have a really hard time in the playoffs. But
all right, conference finals. I don't like the pushback from you guys.
Do finals. Go all the way to the finals. Go all the way to the finals.
No. That's the Knicks right there. They're not going to beat the Knicks to the finals.
They just smoked my finals leader.
Who? Oh, Boston?
Yeah. You don't think Boston's going to the finals? Are you a Cleveland guy now?
I like DeAndre Hunter. I like DeAndre Hunter quite a bit. You know? 6th man of the year, maybe. No? All right. 6th man of the year talk at the end of the segment. As usual. Speaking of talk, we've got a weird situation happening on the internet. All right. So NBA Centel, a famous Twitter troll account, their last tweet was that Paul George was stepping away from podcasting to focus on playing, I'm guessing. And then Paul George said, I plan to take a break from the pod to focus on getting my body right, getting mentally right, and help this squad make a push toward our goal to finish the season out and give ourselves a chance to be in contention to compete for a championship. He had his best game last night against the Knicks, almost led a comeback. I mean, they were down big. They came back. They were up 4 late in the 4th quarter. Jalen Brunson ended up saying, fuck this. We're going to win and ending that. He had 25 points. He had 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals. But this is the weird part of it. Okay, NBA Centel is gone. This is an account that has like 300,000 followers. And all right, I don't mean any shade here. Okay, but according to the Sporting News, all right. I don't know how to read this without being mean. All right. This is from sportingnews.com about NBA Centel being gone. There hasn't been a direct answer provided as to why the NBA Centel account was restricted. But Brandon Robinson, who lists himself in his X bio as the insider that the players trust, said he was told the account was not deactivated and it would be a temporary restriction. Makes me think maybe they were deactivated, but I will say this: NBA Centel. Oh, it's now. This is breaking news, guys.
They're back.
It's breaking news.
They're back. They have tweeted.
Maze, I think you want to play that this post from NBA Centel because it's kind of insane and unhinged.
What is happening? This is all in real time as we're trying to figure this out. Well, as Maze gets that fired up, do you believe that Paul George's performance this season has been affected by podcasting.
As much as I would love to, as much as I would truly, really love to, I don't. The guy's been podcasting for like 3 years now.
Oh, yeah. And he was pretty good last year. He was pretty good last year.
He was an all NBA performer last year, killed it all throughout his podcasting. I think the reason why he's not playing well is he's 35 or 34, whatever the hell he is.
Yeah.
He's a wing player. Those guys tend to not be elite at that age universally, like, you know, with LeBron James notwithstanding. That's what I would attribute the guy's poor play to more so than you know, his podcasting habits. Yeah, this is what NBA Centel posted with their comeback tweet. For those only listening on podcasts, it's a guy with a freaking breathing mask on and just waking up in his hospital bed, presumably coming back from the dead.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused as to what's happening. Because here's the thing, is I went and looked this up because I thought Mays was fucking with me. He was like, yeah, team accounts are tweeting about Centel. He's like, there's not a chance. And then I went to the Clippers account and it's got a picture after their win last night over the Bulls. James Harden with the W in his hand saying, "This is for you, Centel."
Dude,
Stephen A. Smith tweeted about. Yes.
Wished him a RIP.
Yeah.
This is insane.
This is an account that spreads misinformation about the league.
It's
not in an NBA injury report way where they were like, oh, Jeff Teague's out with, like, you know, the chickens have come home to roost or whatever. Like, you know, this isn't. They actively spread misattributed quotes, misinformation, stuff that people run with, and it's harmful. And the league is like, oh no, Centel, where did you go? And now they're back. What's happening?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
This league.
No, don't this league it. I don't.
This league.
No, I
this
don't know.
league in a bad way. The fact that
it's always in a bad way. This league, we got to stop this league. Okay, this league is in good hands. Good hands.
Can't be used.
No, I just don't like.
Even when people are doing it good, it's bad.
I hate it. Right. Yeah, I hate it. It's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, the league is in good hands. I get it. Yeah.
We're on Basketball Illuminati, and because I was looking up NBA Centel, I happened to look at some of my mentions. Are you guys familiar with the every player makes their comeback or does their half of skipping the back-to-back, like against the Lakers? Like let's just say Giannis isn't playing back-to-back. If one of the games is against the Lakers, he's going to choose to play against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Or if a player has been out for a little while and like his target range is within the realm of playing against the Lakers, he's going to come back against the Lakers.
Interesting.
If a team rested 3 starters the night before or didn't rest them, like played the Lakers, played all of their starters, then the next game, rest 3 starters, like it's always the Lakers coming up against the short end of the sort of lineup stick throughout the league. Are you guys not familiar with this?
I'm hearing about this for the first time.
But it's a thing amongst Laker fans.
Never mind. This is a Laker fan thing. Got it. Never mind. This is the opposite.
Players are never taking off against them. Whenever they're on a back-to-back, the Laker game is the game they choose to play in. Like, basically, I don't know. People are conspiring to screw the Lakers somehow. The latest, I guess, being Dante DiVincenzo, who's missed like a bunch of games in a row and is probably coming back against the Lakers.
Do we care about Dante DiVincenzo?
He's been out for like a month.
Yeah.
This isn't like, he's been in and out of the lineup. He's been out for like a month.
He actually was out for a month to train for this specific game.
That's what he was doing.
He got his body right. He's perfectly right. He's been in the gym. He's ready to go.
This is the opposite of the Denver Nuggets, though, right? Because the Denver Nuggets always have teams missing guys like that night. Because it's like, well, no, it goes beyond that. R.I.P. To his season.
Is Joel done for the year?
Well, they're talking about breaking his hip and like realigning his body. I feel like this is
Yeah.
They said like one of the options that was reported by the Philadelphia Inquirer was low radiation therapy. I'm like, are they trying to make him the Hulk?
Yeah.
Like that didn't make any sense to me.
That's so weird. That one's wild to me. We're just expecting fully at this point with no.
So what I do believe though,
is that the league is against the Lakers?
No, obviously not. But no, I can believe that players incentivize games against the Lakers, like because they
play well in LA against the Lakers, you're gonna get noticed.
Yeah, and probably more than likely a national TV game. Not that even matters to most people anymore. But like, I can sort of believe that players want to play against them. What I do believe is that the Knicks for 20 years were horrible. And even as they were horrible, every player wanted to kick their asses in the Garden.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that was right. You go get the big win at the Garden, the Mecca, all of that stuff.
No matter how horrible the team was, the team coming into MSG wanted to kick their fucking asses. They were up for those games, in a way that they might not be up for, a 19-win pace Memphis team or Charlotte team, for instance, right? I think there was just a difference that like teams still want to freaking play good in the Garden.
Yeah. Big market bias.
Big market bias.
Speaking of the Lakers, they recently traded for Luka Doncic. And no, we're not going to rehash the trade. Don't worry about that.
Bro, people cannot get enough in our industry of Luka content.
It's all that's being asked of right now. It's just Luka this and Luka that.
I'm not absolving myself. I'm about to film a episode of In My Feelings with our friends Sabrina Merchant.
Okay,
we're gonna talk Lakers. We're gonna get into whatever, but Lakers are hot right now.
It's A block.
Count the clicks.
Yeah, count the clicks. There you go. Lakers with a Z. Well, the Dallas Mavericks are having a tough one, right? They're having a tough one because not only are all their big men injured except for Moses Brown, but they're also just catching a lot of heat over this Luka thing. Obviously, Luka has the triple-double against them the other night in his revenge game. They will play in Dallas on April 9th, so that'll be a bigger revenge game, bigger emotional night. But the Dallas Mavericks may be trying to erase Luka from their history. Now, I say that because I believe we've got a Dallas Mavericks rap video that the team,
whole other thing.
Which is an incredible sentence I just said, which the team tweeted out. Like, this isn't like some fan made it and like, like the team put this out there. And so I want to watch this. Let's watch it and then see if we believe that the Mavericks are trying to erase Luka from their history. Assuming Maze has it ready. Maybe he doesn't.
They deleted it, Zach.
They deleted it? Okay. That's a whole other conspiracy here.
Now we're in a different world.
This is a whole other conspiracy. Okay. This is also happening in real time. All right. So in the video, it was whatever. It wasn't LiAngelo Ball bad, but it wasn't good, right? No offense to the rapper, but it wasn't a great song. Which just real quick, please stop with this LiAngelo Ball shit. It's not a good song. He's not a good performer. He was super out of breath at the All-Star weekend when he was performing. It's just not good, right? So I'm getting word now. Oh boy. Okay. Hold on a second. All right. This is all in real time. We were prepared to do something else and we were finding this out. So this is from
this league shit, Zach.
Don't. All right. So this is from 6'3". All right. At Doro Music. As a lifelong Mavericks fan and someone who takes great pride in the game of basketball, I would never be part of anything intended to remove, censor, or disrespect Luka Doncic. To clear up any confusion, Luka was not censored from the video. The edits in question involved other former players who are no longer on the roster. The video was produced by my team with the intention of energizing and uniting Mavericks fans. And there was never any intent to erase any player's contributions to the franchise. Luka is and always will be a part of Mavericks history. I have nothing but respect for him and everything he has done for this franchise. My connection with Dallas sports runs deep, from being the first hip-hop artist to have major collaborations with both NBA and NFL teams to creating official anthems for the Mavericks and Cowboys. Basketball has been a passion of mine since my early years playing the game, and I've always supported the teams that represent this city. I understand the passion of Mavericks fans and the conversations surrounding the video, but my focus remains on what brings us together, the love of the game, the culture, and the city we call home. Signed, Doro Music. So it seems like he was getting blamed for this, possibly by the team itself. The video had highlights of the Mavericks, which they tweeted out. They approved all this, but certain parts, all of a sudden, like a figure on the screen was just all black. And I don't mean like dressed in all black like a funeral. I mean like blacked out, right? Like the silhouette of them. Or there was like some weird kind of like electricity charged throughout this figure or whatever. And I do believe, well, look, I can't say specifically which players were put out of there. I believe there was evidence from Mavericks fans online that Luka Doncic was at least one of these players sent it out. Bo, do you believe that the Mavericks have put the screws to Doro Music and are putting this artist as the one to blame, and maybe even harm's way of Dallas fans everywhere?
I do believe, just in the pure fact of the Mavs are trying to get out of this as much as possible. They're like, we can't do anything right. Every time we do something, it just makes the fans angrier. I've
never seen a franchise be automatically just a 180 turn to be so bad at this. And I just mean the public shit.
But it's not even that. It's just, my favorite is that they're like, yeah, we might have underestimated the fans' reactions. Like, no shit.
Oh my God.
Like, yes, like you're, and now you're blaming everybody else. Anything that goes wrong right now, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. Thing,
no one's gonna read that and be like, yeah, it is this guy's fault. I can't believe he did that. No, everyone wants to blame the Mavericks organization. Yeah.
Also, like, guys, make another video, do edits. Luka, part of the reason Luka got traded, he didn't play a bunch of games this season. So all the guys who are on the team this year have played in a bunch of games that Luka wasn't a part of. Like, let's just use the highlights from those games.
It's also easy to erase Maxi Kleber. He didn't play for most of the season either. Like, it's
Markieff
not
Morris.
like just go from Christmas afterwards and use those clips. Like, it's not that hard. Clay's made threes since then. Like, it's not that hard.
Unbelievable.
Waz, do you believe he'll make another song for the Mavericks?
I think when cooler heads prevail, the next time the Mavs actually put together a 50-win kind of team, Duro will be welcomed back. He's still a son of the city. He's still a loyal fan. And at the end of the day, when the Mavericks finally, hopefully, put a winner on the floor for their fans again, they will be forgiven. The Luka thing will never be forgotten, but people will be like, you know what? We have something to root for, and it'll be okay. But goddamn, guys, and the thing about the internet, as you guys know, when it rains, it fucking pours, tsunamis, mudslide. I mean, it gets disgusting when, the internet fucking the entire internet just goes against you. And so I can just imagine their social media managers and all of those people just being like, God damn, this is freaking horrific.
My favorite is they probably sent it out going like, this is going to be great. The Mavs fans are going to love it. And then the first, wait, what? Wait, what? Like, they're reading the reply. Oh, no. We got to get out of this. Like, it's like, oh shit.
I disagree with Waz. I don't think the fans will ever forgive this.
Ever.
I think it's going to be after Luka's no longer good. Because, like, look, let's say AD gets healthy, Gafford gets healthy, Lively gets healthy, and for whatever reason, they not only have like a Timberwolves-esque like upset in the playoffs where maybe they knock off Denver, right? We think like, oh, Denver's back, Jokic can't be stopped, and their size is just, and they, Kyrie goes nuts, they knock off Denver, and then for whatever reason, they make it to the finals and win the championship. and Nico Harrison could be like, see, I told you. If the next year Luka wins a title with the Lakers, or 2 years from now, Luka wins a title with the Lakers, or 3 years from now, Luka wins a title with the Lakers, they are going to flip their shit on the Mavericks. And that title this year would have become the most irrelevant title for a fan base in sports history.
You know what I will say?
Read about the finals. Probably, if he wins an MVP. Then it's just it's like,
50.
You guys are probably right about that. I think the thing that gets on my nerves is that if the Mavs would have gotten 5 future firsts, which I don't think would have done that much, whatever, especially from the Lakers, but whatever, who cares? Mm-hmm. Let's just say they would have got 5 future firsts and the entire sports media apparatus who is addicted to future firsts painted this as, oh man, what a haul. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. That's what gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
It's for a player that's been proven that it's like, oh, fuck that. This is bullshit. That's what really kills me.
You mean AD?
This. Yeah.
Well, I think if they can get 2020 LeBron and a pandemic, then they've got something cooking here.
Yeah, right.
I think that's the case. I do think, fetishizing future first round picks, I'm so over that. And I could not give a fuck if a team gives up 10 second round picks in the future. Like, I don't care how good Draymond and Jokic are. Like, I just don't care. I don't care. Someone's like, oh, they got all these seconds. Great. One of them might be a rotation player. I don't care. But on top, like, I would say the Lakers did not get enough or did not give up enough for Luka. No. Right? Regardless. Like, I'm with you. The 5 firsts, like, it'd be like, what? All right, whatever. But a first, Max Christie, AD. And I guess we are rehashing the Luka thing, and now it's here. Someone mentioned 6 man of the year, and the conversation will die. And then most improved player. All right, now that's it. Make sure you're checking out all the episodes of Basketball Illuminati. Make sure you check us out on the YouTube page. Check out Group Chat with Waz. And what are you doing next? What are you pandering with next? The Luka or the Lakers conversation?
Me and Sabrina Merchant recording In My Feelings today. So just be on the lookout for that on the Ringer NBA YouTube page.
There you go. Be on the lookout for that. Check out Mo Dakhil's Twitch page. Got a lot of great breakdowns going on. And Friday on the NBA app and maybe YouTube, we don't know. Check Mo and I out with our homie Alexis Morgan. We're going to do a pregame. Well, yeah, but our version of it, not the ESPN version of it. But yeah, okay. We're gonna do the warm up leading up to Cavs Celtics. Check that out on social media at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. You can figure it out in between. And then, subscribe to The Bounce, subscribe to Cinephobe, all that bullshit. For Mo, for Waz, I'm Zach. Keep it locked on Basketball Illuminati and keep your third eye